Would love to share with you this interesting topic that I think is very valuable, and a lot of us in business can relate to this. And I want to give some of my tools and tips for helping entrepreneurs who are looking to be more focused in business, more focused in business. So we all understand that in business, as entrepreneurs growing from a small business to scaling up, it takes commitment and dedication. But one of the biggest barriers that happens in our lives is this thing of distraction, overwhelm, and brain fog, which really is debilitating, and it can hold a lot of people back. But overwhelm is one of the biggest things. Overwhelm is a very debilitating affliction, and we construct this affliction. We construct overwhelm in our lives. We construct this, construct of having so much going on that it overwhelms us. We have the ability or the capacity to create or structure our businesses in a way to give us more clarity, to give us more confidence and more fulfillment. We oftentimes don't know how to do that. So there's, the need for tools and systems and processes to understand how to do this. But we are creating a generation of ADHD. We're creating in our employees, in ourselves, this whole construct of being distracted, of being not able to be in charge of your mindset, in charge of your focus, right? And focus is critical. If you don't have focus in business, you're going to be floundering and going around in circles, losing your ability to be effective, right? And what happens a lot of times is burnout. As entrepreneurs, as being in charge of staff, being in charge of processes, being in charge of being able to be effective in this life, we push ourselves. We push ourselves sometimes too hard, and we don't understand the consequences. We're all out driving to get productivity happening, to be able to create better business and outcomes. But what happens is we end up wearing ourselves out, and we're not able to be more effective so that we can produce better in this life and have businesses that are more effective, right? I know this feeling. You guys have probably seen this before. I struggled a lot with this construct of not being able to be focused, struggling with overwhelm, struggling a lot with brain fog. And I speak to a lot of our clients, and a lot of clients relate to this. And it's a big problem in our industry in that we don't have created the systems or processes to be more engaged, to be more clear, to be more focused in what we're doing. And in business and in life, we need to be able to have the clarity in our mind and the confidence to be more focused in what we're doing. And I developed a system over the last years to help me be in charge and control of my mind and to be able to produce better in business and be more effective. And this is just a look at the biology component of my progress. You can see physically I've transformed, and this is over a 7-year period. So I've kept that weight off. But this is only an analogy to the bigger picture of how I am able to operate my business and be functioning at a much better rate. We've gone on, I went out, broke from my job, from working in a job that I really didn't want to be in, to breaking into entrepreneurship and being able to, within 2 years, 18 months, create a $3 million business. And to go from, struggling and being overwhelmed and not confident, to be able to produce 5 businesses and to be able to be effective in those 5 businesses means I have to be on my game. Staff, counts, billing, sales, marketing, all these kind of things that are thrown at us as entrepreneurs, being able to be effective and to be able to charge in the direction that's building our business is critical. Focus is highly important in this game, right? And literally what we are playing is a neurochemical game. We're playing a game of neurochemistry. And a lot of entrepreneurs don't realize this. They think that it's just a matter of strategy. We have to have the right strategy, and the strategy will drive us forward. However, tactics and strategies don't create the momentum and the focus and the energy that you need to produce at the highest levels as an entrepreneur, especially in this day and age. This is one of the most competitive ages that we live in, and it's getting more and more competitive as time goes on. And this neurochemistry game that we play, we need to get on top of it to be able to perform and operate at our best, to understand how this neurochemistry works to get us into that peak performance mode so that we can go over and over and over again, because we're doing this for a reason. Imagine, right? Our families, our loved ones, everyone's looking at us, expecting us to produce amazing things. And so we got a lot of responsibility in that to build for our families, for our life, for the future, for the staff, for the people that work for us, right? We've got a massive responsibility. That responsibility comes down to us creating the processes, the structures, and having the energy and the ability to be focused and to move forward in business. So if you guys like this content that I'm about to share with you, we're going to go into a few processes and ideas that we need to think about as entrepreneurs. Please like or subscribe this video. It really helps us grow this channel and give us ability to share more content with other people around this process, right? Now, the magic pill. Everybody wants a magic pill. We're all out there trying to get a magic pill, the easy road to getting this magic bullet happening, this beautiful life of success. There is a magic pill, and this is my context of a magic pill, and I'm about to share with you what it looks like, right? So the easiest route to success that I've found is this, right? And there's three components to success. Three components to success in any business, in anything you want to accomplish, and that is this. You need to have commitment, right? Commitment is critical. It's vital. You need to want to do what you are trying to accomplish, right? You got to be hungry for it. You got to be absolutely ravishing to be able to create an outcome, to want to do something in this world, to make an impact, to make a change. Because without commitment, you're already on the back foot. You're already losing. So it's important to have that commitment and understand where that commitment and drive comes from. The next level up is clarity, right? Clarity is really important because as an entrepreneur, we run around with this foggy brain going on and we're not clear about our steps to go from A to B. So we need systems. We need clear systems, and we get to draw systems from. There's so many amazing systems in this world that we can draw from. We've created our own business structure, our own system, and it works very effectively for entrepreneurs, especially ones that are working from home and want to scale their businesses up, right? And the third thing you absolutely have to have success in business and life these days is accountability, confidence, right? Confidence. And confidence comes from accountability. It comes from people around you. It comes from mentorship and coaching. That's a critical component these days because why struggle, why stress to go through the process of the motions when you can draw from other people who have already had the experience and can give you the confidence and ability to move forward. These are the three big components to having success in business and being more focused, right? Whether you want relationship success, fitness and health success, or business success, right? You need these components. There is no other way to move forward effectively. This is our system that we've created. And today, I want to share with you a part of our system as I zoom out a little bit here about leverage, right? Leverage is important. To be focused, you need to be able to have systems in place to be able to get you and your business moving forward effectively. So zooming out a little bit, I'm going to show you part of our system, which is about leverage, right? So here's a big part of this, right? And so many people are trying to fix little pieces. Like they're trying to find a patch and put a Band-Aid over something that they think is a problem, and they stick that Band-Aid over, and then another problem happens, and they're wondering why this other problem happens. They stick another Band-Aid on this other problem. And that's not an effective way to run a business or to have an effective life, right? You got family, you got people around you. You need to be able to create momentum. We need to look at our life in a holistic approach, right? Not just in business, but everything that we do, because it starts from inside. It starts from within, right? And we need to have a mind system. First of all, the mindset system is a critical component to this, and we have a process for this, right? So hyper-focus and effectiveness comes from a mind system, a body system. Now, why would we need a body system? Well, your whole life is driven by your body, right? Your neurochemistry, your neural network, your nervous system, everything that goes on inside of you is driven from your body, which then backs up your mindset, right? So it starts with having the good narrative, having a good storyline to produce better, but you need to have a body system because if your body is not in prime condition, you're going to be let down. Your brain is not going to function effectively. You're not going to produce the results that you're looking for. This is step number one, right? And the last thing you need, the third thing you need, is a life system. You need your environment to be structured in a way that makes it easier for you to focus, to be on your game, to be in that peak performance mode, right? These three things are critical. In your mindset system, you need to have challenge and feedback, right? Challenge, your mind wants to be challenged. It wants you to be moving forward and creating that challenge, but you need to have a feedback loop that happens to help you move forward and get more focused, right? The body system is about understanding your neurochemistry and about building that neurochemistry up so that it supports you, so that you feel energized, you feel engaged, you feel motivated, and you feel confident from within, from inside every day. Because if that biology lets you down, you feel worn out, you feel deflated, you feel foggy, and that's not a good place to be, right? And in your life system, you need to be able to structure or design or engineer your processes so that your life becomes more easier. Because if you're just willy-nilly letting things happen out there, you're not going to have structure. You're not going to have the capacity to focus. If you've got stuff happening in your business or in your life that's drawing you away from being effective, then you're going to be stuck in the cycle, in this loop, and it's going to never help you to move forward, right? So that was part number one, right? It's really important to look at your life holistically, and that's how you should engage it, looking at it from a mindset perspective, a body's perspective, and a life perspective, right? But here's the thing, and a lot of people don't understand this. For you, for the people around you, and especially your staff, right? There is something called an ultradian rhythm, right? This ultradian rhythm is very important to understand. Very few businesses actually get this and take it into context. When you do, it'll help you produce much more effectively. You will be able to be more in control and more focused about what you're doing every day because you understand that your biology works in rhythms. And when you start understanding these rhythms, that you can't be pushing yourself flat out the whole time, that you need to work within these rhythms, it's going to give you much more power to be more resilient and to be able to keep going more effectively. When you know that there's peaks, when your body's going to be energized, and then there's times when your body and the people around you and your staff are going to be deflated, or they're going to be just a little bit run down. Your body's going through a cycle. It needs to recharge and rejuvenate. Understanding this is critical for everyone, right? So you need to understand to put yourself into rhythms and know when you're at your best and know when you're at your not so good, right? And that happens all the time, every day, every week, every month. It's constant. Connects with your sleeping cycles, connects with your day cycles, connects with everything in your life. When you look at how you can work within these ultradian rhythms for you and for your staff, it's going to create a much better outcome because you can produce more. Trying to push people in a time when they're feeling low, or yourself in a time when you're feeling low, not knowing how to recover and re-engage and energize, is only causing deflation. It's only causing a negative feedback loop, and everybody's trying to be pushing through these cycles, but it's not being effective. So understanding how these cycles work and how to create a business around that is super important. Ultradian rhythms are critical to understand for entrepreneurs, right? Now, the last component, which I think is very important, is one of the most vital pieces of the pie, is this construction, this engineering, your life, right? This is a lot of what happens in our life, right? And I call this blue circle your castle, your infinite castle, right? Now, in a castle, when you have a castle, you can imagine around the castle you have a moat, right? The reason for that moat is to protect the castle, to give the castle the best outcome so that everyone inside that castle can survive, right? Much more effectively. And any outside intruders can't, take over that area because there's a moat around it and you lift the bridge up, etc., right? You get the picture. So your life is filled with a whole lot of stuff that happens, right? Whole lot of stuff. And that stuff becomes more. Sometimes you're juggling balls and these balls just become more and more and more and more. You don't know what the hell you're doing sometimes, right? So it's important, very important, as an entrepreneur to take a step back and look at your infinite castle, right? Look at the barrier that you're creating around yourself. Look at the importance of the tasks that you're doing that can produce more, that can get you into flow versus the tasks that are draining you, right? And the tasks, and so many people don't do this, the simplest things, right? The tasks that are repetitive and the tasks that shouldn't be done need to be pushed out. They need to get away from you. You either need to delegate, pass things on, or create an environment where you creating those tasks that somebody else can do, right? To produce an environment where you're only dealing with or trying to minimize those urgent tasks, those emergencies. If something comes up that it's an emergency, You need to look at what could potentially be an emergency in your life and learn to either reduce it, because emergencies aren't always emergencies. We perceive them as emergencies, but they're not always an emergency. So it's important to understand what those urgencies are and minimize them. What can you put in place to reduce or minimize urgencies, right? And that's important about building systems. The next thing is creating an environment where you've got growth tasks happening. You as the entrepreneur need to be able to fundamentally be in flow more times than not, and being able to create and produce growth producing tasks. That is your fundamental job. That is your reason for existence, is to create growth, to create economy, to produce an outcome. So all these other tasks need to be pushed outside of your barrier. Get somebody else to do it. There's things that you do. For instance, we don't go to a shop anymore. We don't go do our shopping. We literally order everything online. That our food gets delivered to our front door. We put it in the shelf. That's all we do, right? No more wasting time driving to a shop to go and look through all the shelving to decide what we're going to do. We put a system in place. It's got a checklist. It gets triggered once a week. That exact same model of food gets delivered every week, week after week after week. We fundamentally cut out an hour and a half of wasted time every week by doing that. These are the kinds of things you as an entrepreneur need to look at. What can you delegate? What can you pass on? What can you cut out of your life that is sucking you and causing you not to be able to focus more effectively? Everything we do is run through our prefrontal cortex, right? Our mind is driven through this neural network that organizes and manages and arranges things. Sometimes it gets really cluttered, and we need to learn to get it to be more focused. Some of the things that we can do to focus is be more holistic in the way that we live our lives, right? Looking at the internal structure of our biology and what we can do to improve that. So we created a system and practices that you can utilize every day to help you succinct your business, to get more productive, to create more outcome in your business, and so that you can scale, right? Scaling a business is imperative to growth, right? And we have three components to our system, right? There's the fuel, right? You need fuel. Fuel is the mindset, the reason, the energy, the construct of producing your momentum, right? And the next level up is spark. You need spark, which consists of energy every day. If you don't have energy in your system, you run dry. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you're worn out when you need to be producing more to have that effectiveness in your family, with your family and the people around you. It's really important, right? Resilience. So many people give up because they don't know how to build resilience in their mind, and longevity is critical so that you never burn out. These 6 components at the bottom are fundamental building blocks to having a successful life as an entrepreneur. Without them, you don't move forward. The next level up is ignite. And ignite consists of being able to be more creative, innovative, finding the resources and being able to inspire and create creativity in your team, in yourself, and the people around you, right? The next level up is leverage, creating a system-based approach to your life, so that you can fundamentally create a machine that can produce income without having to be worried about the deflation, the overwhelm. You structure a business, you create leverage, and then you can move forward and scale your business faster, right? This leverage is really about saying no, right? It's important to say no to certain things and putting the right processes in place and habits to move forward. And the last component is scaling your business, having a simple, easy to follow process that everyone understands so that you can grow faster. So many of us are trying to do so many different things. We got to get revenue streams. We got to try all these different things to help us try and move forward. And then we get overwhelmed, confused, frustrated because we're trying so many different things. We've got our finger in so many different pies that it's not being effective. What you need to do is really reduce, come back to the basics, come back to the fundamentals, and put a simple process in place so that you can scale quicker. All of these things help to create momentum and taking you from average to extraordinary, an incredible system that can help you grow and scale faster. You have only 2 options in this life, right? Your biology is either working for you or it's working against you, right? If it's working against you, you're feeling deflated, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling like the fear of failure is going to suppress you. But if your biology is working with you, you feel more resilient, you feel more confident, you feel more motivated, focused. These are the construct that we're trying to help you create so you can have that ability to be more effective in your life and in your business, right? So if you've liked this, please like or share this video. We'd really love for that. We want to share more content with more people. We have a mastermind. If you would like to join us in our mastermind, this is to help you grow faster, to scale your business faster. We give you mindset tools. We give you business tools to get to a point where you can feel more confident, focused, and motivated so you can grow your business faster. All right. In the link below, you can press the link, come and catch up with one of us, one of our team, and we'll have a chat and see if this is a good fit for you. We are really passionate about helping as many entrepreneurs go from average to extraordinary. Average means being stuck in doubt, fear, and overwhelm. Extraordinary means being hyper-focused, motivated, and confident to scale your business and take it to the next level. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Talk to you again soon. Take care.